Hello, it's Jeanette with Geomazing Paper Crafts. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm back with another video tutorial, and in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how I made this cute little K-Cup tote. Isn't that cute? It's like a little 4 K-Cup carrier, and it's really not difficult at all to make. This time I have some hot chocolate in there. But the next one I'm going to do is with coffee. And if you notice that chocolate, that's a die from a beautiful stamp set and die bundle called Nothing Better Than. You can get it as a bundle with the dies. And this is kind of really special to me, this die set, because my upline, Connie Stewart, she got to design this, or help design this, because she sold over $1 million worth of Stampin' Up in her career. So I think that is such a wonderful thing, and I love this stamp set. I haven't been able to use it too much lately because I wanted to do something really special with it, and so I thought, well, let me make a little coffee K-Cup tote. And of course this is chocolate, but she has chocolate in there too. It's just a wonderful stamp set and a wonderful die set, and this is the project that I have come up with. So let me get started. It is not difficult at all. This time I'm going to be using some crumb cake for the base, and I'm going to be using just some designer series paper from the, I believe it's called the oh my goodness, In Good Taste. I'm sorry. It's called In Good Taste, and I'm just using one of the patterns in here just to kind of line the bottom. Like this one here, I have some Rococo Rose designer series paper here, and I use the Rococo Rose cardstock on this one, but this time I'll use the crumb cake with this as a little bit of an accent. So let's get started. It is, like I say, it is not difficult at all. We're going to bring out our Simply Scored scoring tool, and I have a 6x6 inch square here. Okay, 6x6 inch, and it's real simple. All you do is score it all 4 sides at 1 inch. And now I have another piece of cardstock here that measures 10 inches by 5 inches. Okay, and on the 10-inch side, well, actually what I'm going to do first is I'm going to just go ahead and score it at 1/2 inch all the way around. Just kind of makes it easier for me. Just score it 1/2 inch all the way around. Now, if you have a hard time scoring on this side, you could just measure 1/2 inch over, and that would be the 9.5 inch score line. And of course, if you have a hard time getting in there with the 1/2 inch on this side, then it would be the 4.5 inch score line here. Okay. So once I've got all of those scored at 1/2 inch, then I'm going to put it back on the long side, and I'm going to score it at 2.5 inches and 5 inches, and I'm going to just turn it 180 degrees here and score it at 2.5 again. But if you don't feel like doing that, it's actually, you're scoring this at 1/2 inch, 2.5 inches, 5 inches, 7.5 inches, and 9.5 inches. Okay, and on the short side, it is just 1/2 inch, and then at 4.5 inches. Okay, so I'll try to have that those measurements on the screen, but that's pretty much how I did that. And now what I'm going to do is fold and burnish all of my score lines on both of these pieces. Now what you're going to do is you're going to fold it in half to burnish it like this, but then with these 2 flaps you'll want to burnish them the opposite way. So it's right here at that 2.5 inch mark here. You're going to fold it the opposite way and burnish it. Okay, because it's going to actually, this is going to actually be your tote part that fits inside your box. Okay, and now I'm just going to go ahead and burnish the 6x6 inch piece. Okay, and all I'm going to do right now is just make some cuts. Let me bring out my paper snips, and I am going to just cut here and here. I'm not going to glue anything together, probably not till the end, or till when I want to put everything together. I'm not even going to glue this little bottom piece here. This is going to be the bottom. I'm not going to glue it together yet. I'm going to wait till I have the other part done. And you'll see why. It's going to be so much easier for you when you wait to the end to put this together. Okay, and I'm just cutting off the score lines here. I can see them better on this side. Okay, now I'm going to wait. I'm going to put this aside, and now I'm going to be working on this part here. Now I want to punch my handle in here, and for that I'm going to be using the classic label punch. Now this label punch will be retiring at the end on May 3rd. I'm sorry. And so what I want to do is I want to punch kind of, eyeballing the middle here, but I want to make sure that the edge of my my punch is right at the kind of touching that score line right here. You see that? I don't really want to go beyond that score line too much. I kind of want to be right on the score line, just like if you were to fold this up, it's hitting right there. That's where I want to punch, but I want to make sure that I'm centered side to side, and I'm just eyeballing it really, and want to make sure that it's going to be straight, and punch it. So you get these two little punches, you get these two little tags here that you can stamp on and use for later. Okay, but there is my little handle. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go from side to side, from this side and that side, and I am just going to cut that score line off from here to there. How that goes, like that. Okay, and on this side too. I keep knocking my little lamps here. Those are my little light lamps. I can't seem to get the best lighting here in this area that I film. I try different things. Some things work okay, and for the most part, I'm still not happy with my lighting. But I'm still on a quest for good lighting. Okay, so we've got this right here and that right there. Just those 4 spots. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm going to fold this over like this. Okay, and let's just put some, let me get my silicone craft sheet. I'm just going to put some adhesive here. I'm going to be using, let me put this away. I will be using some seal adhesive. You can use tear and tape if you want to, but I think I'm just going to use some seal right here. I'll be using seal for the most part. And I'm folding that part down right here, and I am going to fold this part right here. Oops. Let's make sure I'm going to put enough adhesive there to fold that part right there. Okay, and there you have it right there. Now I need to put these parts together here, but before I do that, I need to punch my holes. I'm not going to use a punch. What I'm going to be using is the layering circle dies, and I want not the smallest, not the second to the smallest, but I believe it's the third to the smallest die. And I'm going to be taking this to my die cutting machine and cutting out 2 holes, one here and one here. And the way I'm spacing it is I'm just letting the die, the outside of the die, kind of space it out on all 4, on the 3 sides so that I can see the score lines. I'm just gonna, you know, kind of try to space it like that, and on this side too. So I will be right back after I am done die cutting these 2 circles. And I'm doing it on double paper. So, and yes, it will go through, or at least on my die cutting machine. If it doesn't go through, or if you think your paper might be too thick, then you can just do it one at a time, like this. Open it up and take it through your die cutting machine with just 1 layer. But my die cutting machine can cut out both layers. So I will be right back. Okay, so I've got both of my circles punched here, or die cut. Now I have 4 circles that I can do something with. Definitely don't want to throw those away. But let me put this back in here and put this away. All right, and now I am going to go ahead and make my little snips here. And you can go ahead and wedge if you want to. I'm not going to wedge. I'm just going to cut off the score line here. Because if you wedge, you don't have very much to put your adhesive on. I want to have a nice little canvas here to put my adhesive here. So I think I can see the line better on this side. So basically, you're just going to cut that score line off on both sides, on this side and this side. Okay, now that I have those score lines cut off on this part and this part, now I'm going to add some adhesive. I'm going to be using the Stampin' Seal. I'm not using the Seal Plus, I'm just using the regular Stampin' Seal. And I am going to be putting Stampin' Seal on all of these flaps, these outer flaps. On that side and on this side. It's going to be sticky to handle, but don't worry, you'll be okay. I gotta get that started again. There we go. It will be fine. You need this sticky to you know, adhere to the inside of the box, or the bottom part, the little tray. Okay, so now I'm going to just go ahead and put this tray, or this carrier, together like that on the corners. And yes, it is going to be sticky, just, you know, don't worry, because if you do it wrong, you have a little bit of time with the seal to undo what you've done. Oh, look at that, all that seal. Okay. Yes, it is very sticky, but we'll get through it, right? Okay, there's that part, and there is this part right here. Now I'm going to put a little bit of seal just right in the middle here, okay, and that is going to just hold this together. Oops, see, you don't want to stick that yet. It's going to hold this part together here, and so this is going to fit inside your box like this, okay, see? And that's why I didn't want to put the box together just yet, because I want to be able to put it together around this thing, just in case there's just a little bit of a measurement issue. And they're usually, I mean, with the last couple ones I didn't have too much of a measurement issue, but I want to make sure that it is a snug fit. So I'm going to be putting some seal adhesive. I keep wanting to call it snail. On this part here, on all the flaps. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting adhesive on all the flaps. I want to get a good amount on here too. I already did that one. Okay. Okay, so now I'm just going to put one of these corners together, and then I'm going to bring this in, and I'm going to match the corner best I can. Match that corner with this corner and kind of push it in. Okay, and then I'm going to come around here And I'm going to fold this flap in on that one, on that side, and kind of try to adhere that, and fold this flap in on this side here, and on this side, kind of tuck them in, and make sure that they go all the way to the edge, like that, and make sure, yep, we got it. I think we got it. You see how I'm doing this? There it is, right here. Make sure that it pushes down. Okay. Make sure you get that pushed down, and just kind of push that, kind of burnish the sides in. And there you have your beautiful, cute little tote that you can put your little K-cups in. Okay. So I think I'm going to decorate this now. And what I'm going to be using is like this piece. I don't know if I showed that to you or not, but I'm going to be using this piece from the In Good Taste Designer Series paper. And I'm going to bring out my paper trimmer. And what I need to do is cut these to 7/8 of an inch. You can go like 3/4 of an inch if you want to, but I'm going to go, oh yeah, let's go ahead and do 3/4 of an inch. That might be easier for me to glue these on. I did 7/8 on the other one, and it was a little bit difficult. So we're going 7/8 of an inch. Well, by 3, let's see, it's going to be 3/4 of an inch. Yes. So we need 4 pieces like this. Okay, and that's what I'm going to do with this. Now I know I probably could have done this before I put the box together, but it's not going to be too difficult. I'm just going to bring in my silicone craft sheet, and I am going to put some seal adhesive on all of these parts here. And now I'm going to die cut my coffee word. And like I say, I used chocolate before, but right now we are going to be using the coffee die here. And I'm going to be using some early espresso. And I'm going to get out some adhesive sheet. And let me see, what do I want to do? I think I can do it right here. Okay. Yeah, I'll have enough room for that right there. Okay. And I'm just gonna cut this right here. Okay. And the adhesive sheet has adhesive on 2 sides, so we want to peel off one side. Maybe if I use my take your pick tool. Sometimes it's easier when you use the seam that's in the adhesive sheets to peel it off, but that's okay. We've got this, and this is our sticky part right here, and this is the backer paper. So we're going to just stick this down right here. Okay, and on the other side we're going to put the coffee die, and we're going to take this through our Big Shot. Let's see how we did here. Oh, it cut right through. Look at that. And now I have my sticker. Now I'm going to go ahead and pull the backer paper off of it. It's coming off anyway, and just very gently and carefully pick up the coffee and grab my tweezers. Let's put this coffee die away. Let me put this away for right now. And let me bring this, whatever side you want to choose as the front side. You know, you can do some stamping on here if you want to. I did not do that because, you know, sometimes a demonstration video can take so long. I didn't want to take too long. And so now I think what I'm going to do is just a little bit of stamping. Let me grab some designer series paper. Not designer series paper. I want to grab some basic white cardstock. Yes. All right. I've got some basic white cardstock here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use this cup here and then fill it in with that right there. Okay, so what I have here is the outline of the cup, which I'm going to use some Memento ink, Memento black ink. And let me make sure I got that really good. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it in with some early espresso, but I want to stamp this off. Let me grab a piece of paper here so I can just stamp it off, because it's a little dark and I want a little lighter version of this early espresso. So I'm going to stamp off like that, and then I'm going to come over here and try to line this up the best I can. If my head gets in the way, I'm very sorry. And if it's not perfect, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not perfect, but I'm okay. Let's take this to the die cutting machine. Let's bring out this little cup die, and I'm just going to go run over there and cut this out real quick. Okay, there's my little die cut here. And then I'm going to stamp a sentiment that says, "You make everything better." And I think I will do this in the full strength early espresso. Let me move it over here because I'm going to be using a die. Now there's another little cute little stamp in there. It's like a little asterisk that I would like to just kind of put maybe 3 of these little asterisks above here. So cute, so cute. Like that. Okay, and then let me close this up. And I'm going to be using a die from the die set Ornate Frames dies. I'm going to use this one here. It's a little plain, but that's okay. It'll fit right here. Look kind of cute. Yeah, I like it. So I'm going to put that there too. And now I just wanted to let you know the Ornate Frames dies are going to be retiring on May 3rd. That will be the last time you'll be able to order them if they are still available. So let me take this to the die cutting machine and I will be right back. Cover that up. So I have my little die cut here from that Ornate Frames die set. All right, now we're going to put this on a dimensional. And we'll put our little, isn't that cute? Like I said, you can decorate this any way you want to, just to make it cuter and, you know, maybe more colorful. But this is my design here, and this is what I am going to showcase today. I hope that you like this. I hope that I have taught you something. And most of all, I hope that you try it, because these are a lot of fun to make, and as you see, they're really not that difficult at all. So all of the tools and supplies that I used in this video are going to be listed in the description, and if you need any of these tools and supplies, please go to my website at www.geamazingpapercrafts.stampinup.net, and I'd be happy to be your demonstrator if you don't already have one. So once again, I'm Jeanette with Geamazing Paper Crafts, and you make it a great day. Bye-bye.